So did you ever hear about energetic hygiene?
I don't think I've heard that term.
Okay, I mean, we can figure out what it means,
Obviously,
sort of,
I
a
get
little
what it
bit, but I
means,
don't think,
but-
in all the years we've been doing this,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard
love
of it
it,
either.
actually.
Yeah. So we have Aimee with us today, who's going to talk about that and, of course, more things, but I think that's so fascinating. So thanks, everybody, for listening to Balance Your Life, Our Evolving Consciousness. I'm Deb Peterson.
I'm Dee Valente.
And Aimee, thank you for being with us.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you want to start with that? What is energetic hygiene?
Well, let me just start with the fact that we all take showers. Well,
Okay.
I hope we take showers.
Right.
So, we're all familiar with physical hygiene.
Yes.
But, when we're going throughout the day, we kind of get these, I call them energetic hitchhikers,
Okay,
right?
yeah,
They
true.
just kind of attach to our bodies. So we need to cleanse ourselves energetically.
Like at the end of every day, you're saying?
I think it
Or-
depends.
Okay.
After a
5 times a day.
Right. Well, it depends
Yeah.
who you're talking to.
Right.
If you're
Right.
if you're home by yourself,
Okay.
and you're sitting there, reading like a really good book, you really don't need to do any energetic hygiene. But if you're out and about, you get into just a little tip for somebody that's in your house, or you're in traffic and somebody cuts you off. If you're
crowded
driving here in New
space.
Jersey,
Yeah.
we know
Right,
what that's
we know-
like.
Right, absolutely. Right.
It's like,
Or-
that is a stop sign.
or all the places that we go all day long
Yeah,
and all
so
the
many
things we
people
do in
that we're with,
business.
yes.
Right, exactly. So sometimes you just need to literally clean your aura.
Yeah. I know this from years, but
Yeah.
I don't really do it that often, do you?
Not enough, no.
Not enough. Right. Probably not as we
enough.
should.
I don't do it enough.
Right. Okay.
I'm not practicing.
But maybe
what
we
I'm
should
preaching.
all try to. Yeah.
Well, I'll show
So
you
what
to
do you
do.
tell us what
Okay.
to do?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
this would be great.
there are a couple different ways to literally, I say just like kick those hitchhikers out of the car.
Okay. That's cute.
So there are a couple things.
Okay.
You can ground, which is just literally, it's cold. You can walk outside in bare feet, and everybody. I think most people are familiar with grounding.
Yeah, but you could still say a couple.
So, just walk out. Walk outside in the grass, or just stand there and just literally feel the energy from the earth. That can just ground you. Another way you can do it, it's called energy brushing. Literally, you're just
Brush it off.
brush it off.
Interesting.
Just brush it off. I mean, you
Okay.
guys can try it. Like
Okay,
literally
let's do
brush
it.
it off.
Yeah.
And just like
Oh,
every
I
time
need
you
that
go
too.
down, you give it a little flick. Like
Okay.
just flick it
How to
off.
get your-
Okay, just
how to get your back and everything.
you go like this, just kind of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So that's one, and also you can cut cords. So
Nice.
cut cords I like cutting cords, but it's got more ritual than just doing energetic, whatever, I forgot what it's called.
Brushing it off.
Brushing it off. Thank you.
Okay, sure.
So when you cut cords, it's literally it's 1, 2, 3. So right, left, right, and then 1, 2, 3. And then you just bring them together and just cut them and just send them out into the earth or
Love
out into
it.
the universe.
All
And
right.
just, whatever energies or whatever emotions
Not
don't
serving?
serve me,
Okay.
just I'm sending them out with positivity.
Beautiful.
You can do it with a person. There's some people in your lives, that you have an altercation with, somebody that you're working with, somebody that you just, again,
Just
cuts
annoying you all
Yeah,
day.
that's
or
annoying you
whatever.
all
Yeah,
day.
or
And
just,
sometimes you just don't want to deal with these people. Sometimes it's somebody that you just have to deal with. You can just, at the end of that situation, just like go into another room when they're not gone and just literally cut cords, or just
Okay.
like literally just brush your
and I'm going to
emotions off.
assume the universe knows who you're cutting the cords with, or it's just in general.
You kind of said it, right?
I would set the
Yeah,
intention.
set-
You set the
oh,
intention.
I'm sorry. Okay.
No, that's okay.
I missed
but,
that.
No, but I don't know if I said it, but that's a really
Okay.
good. That's a really great question. I
Okay.
mean, when you're cutting cords, it is specifically to a person.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, it's to a person, and it could probably be to a situation.
Why not?
Why not? Right?
I think the
I mean,
universe could take care of
Sure.
Right. I mean, the universe.
Knows what to do.
It
really.
doesn't have to do.
Right.
It knows what
It's
to
more
do.
about our intention. Yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had this weird altercation the other day at the shop. Right.
Did you?
Yeah, I'll tell. I mean, if you want, it's quick, but it was just so weird because I never have this stuff happen. So it has 2 doors, right, to go in side by side, right. So one's on the right. I'm on the right with my cart, and I'm walking in. I'm just at the entrance, and this guy literally comes in the left and cuts right. Like I almost ran him over, and I said, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Like, and he goes, well, why don't you open your eyes? And I said, well, I didn't expect you to cut across from me. And he's like, well, you should be paying more attention. This is like an older man. Like, so I said, you know what? You should be a little nicer.
Good for you.
And I just took, and I was like, what a, you know what? I couldn't believe that. Like, because, I mean, he was a little bit older than, whatever. You don't expect that. It was just so weird. I never have that, though. I never have, like, things like that.
All right, so let's get rid of that.
So I should have cut him right off, but anyway.
That would be it. Just a brush it off.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Brush it off,
Well, yeah, mentally I did. I was like, whatever.
Well, then you're like, all
then
right.
I was looking around, like, is he going to come after me now? And, like, am I going to have to fight him? Yeah, I was like,
I know.
My warrior instincts kick in.
But then you're like, all right, like, what kind of horrible day are you having?
Well, right, I guess.
Right.
Well, he was headed towards the liquor store. He cut across me to go into the liquor store, so okay.
Well, there you go. Enough.
There you go. All right.
There are just some people who just, they just are just focused on their thing and they just could care less about
But you don't need to say something nasty. Like, twice. How about just excuse me? Or sorry, I didn't mean to, like, whatever. It would have been fun if I ran him over, I guess.
Right. I mean, I have some snarky comment that I could say, but I'm just going to...
Yeah, right. Try to let it go. But anyway, continue. I'm sorry. But that would have been a good tool to use.
I'm
going to remember that. Yeah.
There you go. Flick it off.
Yeah.
Flick it to him.
Yeah, flick it to him, right. Not supposed to do that now, are you? You're supposed to let it go with love and light, I think.
Well,
as best you can.
But let's be realistic.
I know.
Whatever. People are assholes sometimes.
Right, right.
They just are.
Yeah.
And you just...
But I feel, I don't know. I guess law of attraction. I feel like I always attract like nice people, like when I'm out, like you know.
But you know what? Sometimes people will. Sometimes somebody will test you, and here's your test. Right. You're not going to get graded on it, but that was your test.
Right.
And sometimes it's like, well, I'm glad I'm not in your shoes right now, and I just will just let it go. But I think that's really the question: is when people are nasty to you. You have the power how you're going to react.
True.
If you can't change a situation, you can change your attitude.
That's right.
That's true.
And
that's with anything. Yeah.
And that's with anything. Look, that's not saying I'm a martyr.
No.
Because believe me, I'm not.
Right.
Because I swear a lot in my car.
Okay. But you are a spiritual practitioner.
I am.
You do. I mean, you practice Reiki, spiritual counseling, right? We should say that because we didn't really say what you're.
Yeah. So so I'm a virtual Reiki practitioner.
Yes. Love that.
I never thought that I'd be doing this.
Right. How'd you get into it? Tell us a little bit how you...
So, let me just back at, I'm a lawyer by training.
Yes.
I practiced law for all of 5 minutes. And, the rest of my career has been in, sales and client service and, health and wellness.
Okay.
But I cannot remember how many years ago it was. But I was at a women's networking event, and the speaker was a medium.
Oh, okay.
She was a psychic medium, and I was chatting with her afterwards, just telling her, throughout my entire life, I remember dreaming going to my grandmother's funeral.
Okay.
And that weekend, I was at her funeral.
Ooh.
I was home the Friday she died. I was supposed to be when I was in law school. I was supposed to be in school. I'm like, I need to be home.
You knew. Yeah.
I knew, and I was at her funeral that weekend, which was not. I mean, it was not good. But my grandmother was the witch of the family.
Oh, I had one of those.
Yeah,
my grandmother.
definitely. Yeah. And other times, in college and when being out, I'd walk out of parties before they broke it up with the cops. I'd walk out of bars right before a fight broke out.
Yeah, right.
So I'm telling her that. She goes, you're just probably really sensitive. And she literally grabs my hands and said, you are a healer. Have you ever thought about doing Reiki? And I said, no. And I blew it off for years. And I said to a friend of mine once, this is what happened. She said, I should do Reiki. And she said, she goes, Amee, you heal people's souls.
Ooh, nice.
Because you have, you hold space, you don't judge. And I meet people randomly and they tell me the most personal things.
Yeah, I have that too.
Yeah. Random things, personal things. And they just tell me. And I'm never going to judge you for who you are or what happens in your life because I'm not living in your shoes.
Right.
It's no one's business what goes on. It's yours. So a few years ago, you ever like wake up in the morning at like that 5 o'clock, like that time between wake and sleep, and like the first thought on your brain is something? Well, I woke up that day and the word on my brain was Reiki.
Huh.
Cool.
So that night I went to because there are no coincidences, I went to a women's networking event, and I ran to a friend of mine who's been a healer for 50 years.
Oh.
I told her my dream, and she said, okay, we'll get you trained.
Oh, good.
And that's how it started.
Terrific.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And how long have you been doing it now?
Like 3.5 years.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're a newbie.
I'm a newbie.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a newbie.
But you've had the connection thing.
I've always had the sensitivity. Like
Yes.
I've always been very sensitive to energy and to people's energy, and not knowing. Apparently, I was talking to a friend of mine. I've been friends with her since 7th grade, and she said to me, you know, when we first met, you said to me, you have really good energy. I said, seriously? I'm like, who knew? I mean, I was in 7th or 8th grade.
That's great.
Right.
So apparently this has
Did
been
you even
part
know
of me.
about energy?
I had no idea.
I mean, the kids today do, but
Right. I mean, look, I'm 60. You know, this
Okay.
was
Oh,
like
you look great.
back. Thank you. This was like literally back in the day.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Well, we
1980.
get it.
Way back.
7th grade. You're okay. Yeah.
All right.
Got
So-
it. 80s.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy. I'm definitely an 80s girl.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
Total 80s girl. Yeah. I
So
forgot what I
wait,
was
we
gonna
were
say.
we were
Yeah.
talking about
About
the
your
ways
senses.
to clear yourself.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So grounding, energetic
Yes.
sweeping, cutting
Cut
cords. Yeah.
Okay.
So those are the 3.
Those are 3
Yeah.
that I just recommend. They're
Okay,
quick. They're
great.
easy. Anybody can do them.
And you do them anytime.
do them anytime.
Love it.
You know, you can even do them in public. Someone will think that you're like wiping lint off
Yeah.
yourself.
That's great. Or maybe you could just picture it in your mind that you're doing. Could you do that or no?
Yeah, why not?
Right. Or just give it one quick.
Yeah, why not? You don't have.
Yeah, I know. You can do whatever, right?
Look,
However
you know,
it
I'm
works.
not one who's really into all the ritual.
Yes. Okay.
I mean, I love Reiki. I love energy work. It, you know, depending on how you do it, there's a lot of ritual behind it. And I know you're going to get comments. Reiki's this, Reiki's that.
Right.
Yes.
All the symbols and
all
all
the
that.
symbols. Like I use the symbols, but I use it to get myself into my own.
So you probably do your own brand of energy work in a sense. It's probably not,
Right.
you know, like we know many practitioners that have
Their
their own
own
brand
brands.
because they adapt, you know,
And
what's
if you
the word?
believe this is
Yeah.
if your belief is that you need to do all of the steps, then you're going to need to do all of those steps.
Yeah.
But if
Right.
your belief is that you can align quickly and get to work, then and it comes through.
Yeah,
and
that's
and your belief clearly is I don't need to do that. I'm just going to and I'm there.
So it's your own process.
Although interestingly enough, like when I'm doing a Reiki session, I go through all the symbols.
Okay.
I don't necessarily know, I mean, I don't know if the symbols are doing what they're doing, but
They're said to be doing this.
but like
Yeah.
but they literally put me in the right frame of mind.
That's great. Then
And
that's what
that's-
you got to do.
and it's for
Right.
me, it's about the intention of what each thing does.
Yeah.
Right? Although, you know, honestly, so that's like Reiki. With Reiki, like, you know, you bring it down. But I also did an online class. It was a lot of online stuff
Yeah.
in quantum healing.
Oh,
That one
yes.
that one you bring the energy from up. So if someone says to me, you say, you know what, like I've got a headache, I'll literally come up to you, I'll put my hands on your head, and I won't do the Reiki symbols, but I'll just pull energy from up. And what's really cool is
From the ground
from
up.
the ground up.
Yeah.
And anybody can learn how to do it. I can teach somebody how to run energy in 5 minutes.
Well, you should do that. You should, like, if you want.
Sure, I can totally do
I
it.
mean, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
and like, so
Why not? No.
No, I can totally do.
Yeah.
But first, I want you to realize that everybody talks about our aura, which it's the electromagnetic field that's surrounding us.
Yes.
We are energetic beings. We
Yes.
all know that, right?
Yes.
We think, you know, EKGs, EEGs.
Yeah.
So that's what we do. You meet somebody, you're like, I like them, I don't know why.
Yeah.
Or you meet someone, I'm like, something about them I don't
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
You're just feeling their energy,
Yes. Yes.
right? You know, you touch someone and you get that shock. That's really what it is.
Hi, I'm Debbie Peterson. I'm founder of the Wellness Gala. We've been doing upscale wellness events for about 20 years now. But today I want to ask you to follow us or like us and subscribe to our podcast because we take a deeper dive into spirituality. We have all kinds of different holistic practitioners and mediums and psychics and the whole gamut of anything spiritual. So if you like that kind of stuff, please subscribe.
So, all right. So to start running your own energy. And what's really cool about running your own energy is if you wake up in the middle of the night, I'll put my hands on my stomach and on my chest, and like it'll help me go back to sleep. Because it's just
I gotta
soothing.
do that. Okay.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, perfect. That's why I felt like
we are of that age where you sometimes you get up at 3:00 in the morning.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And you may or may not be able to go back to sleep. And if your husband's snoring, you really can't go back to sleep. So I want you to pick up your hand and just focus on it. Literally focus on your hand or your finger. Just focus on it. Concentrate really hard. Do you feel tingling? Focus on a finger. Just focus on a finger.
A little bit.
Okay. Just focus harder. Literally just focus that energy that you have in your brain on your finger.
Okay.
You should feel a little tingling. You might not. Not everybody feels it right away.
Feel like a little.
Okay, but that's good. Do you?
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I want you to just take that energy in your hand and just touch your foot. I'm wearing ugly shoes today, so you guys are wearing cool shoes. You can look at your nice boots. So touch your foot.
I don't even think anyone can see it. Will we like to?
There you go.
We're
So,
touching our feet.
Touch your feet. So literally, and I want you to use your hand as a wave because it helps you move it. You're doing the right thing. So
Yeah,
literally,
bring it up.
right, bring it up. Starting from your feet to your knees, and just close your eyes if you want. Just bring it up. Okay, bring it up. Once you feel it from your knees, bring it up to your hips, and just like a wave, bring in the energy from your feet to your knees to your hips. And once you feel it from your knees to your hips from your feet to your knees to your hips, I feel like head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Yes.
Right? Bring it up, and then just bring it all the way up your body. So like a sweeping motion. Okay? Just like this, and then just bring it up to your head. And then I want you to start breathing. Breathe like 60% more than your normal breath. So, and then
just keep doing it.
Yep. And then exhale it out your hands. So inhale. You might feel a little dizzy because you're not used to these deep inhales.
Yeah. Oh.
And then exhale. And you're feeling it up your hands, up your body. And I want you to hold your hands like this and feel it. Do you feel it coming out of your hands?
Yes.
So that's your energy. So once you get good at feeling it and moving it and having it come out of your hands, you can just keep moving it and putting it on your body once you get comfortable. And if you feel it in your hands, like you just go like this. So that's just, you feel that energy?
Robert always does this
Yeah.
exercise.
Do it with the
That,
kids when
that
they
little
were
Reiki
young.
ball.
With the kids, yes.
That Reiki ball.
Uh-huh.
Anybody who says, I don't believe that there's energy around us, just go like this. Right. So that's how you just run your own energy. Just up and down.
And then
out
you
your
put your
hands.
hand. How do you fall back to sleep?
Just literally put your
today.
hands. Yeah, just try it.
Just like that.
Look,
Okay.
you might feel it right away, and it might take a while.
Okay.
But literally, and you can use that to heal pain
Yeah.
on yourself and on others.
Right. Right. We do
Right?
Send energy to.
Send
Yes.
energy.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we are energetic
That one,
beings,
yeah.
and other energy helps heal.
Right. And there's no time and space, which we know, so you can
Exactly.
do it.
Right. You
Long
can send. Right, you
distance,
can
all the time.
long distance. And so many people say to me, I love Reiki. I believe in Reiki. I don't get how it works over distance.
How do they not get that?
It's intense.
Yeah. Right.
It's intense, and it's quantum physics. And I brought these really cool articles, but you know what? I don't really get it.
All right.
I can read it to you, but I'm not going to.
All
Literally,
right.
there's some really good YouTube videos on how distance Reiki works and how the absolute
and all
intent-
energy works.
and
with
all energy
distance.
work. Yeah, it's all energy. It's over time and space. You can heal your past lives,
Yeah, that's cool.
right?
Right.
I mean, even people who are mediums, it's energy. Like once we, we're
We're just all energy.
energy living a physical life.
Right. Right.
Right?
So when you pass over, you're still
For
there.
now.
Yes.
For now, exactly. You may come back, you might not. So
Yeah.
I've read comments how people who've been in hospital rooms when people die, right when they die, like the utter stillness of when somebody dies, like the energy is just gone.
Yeah.
And it's just really interesting. It's just like all the particles and all the atoms, is that right? Just
Yes. Yeah.
going to be
somewhere else.
somewhere else.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Have you worked with patients in the hospital? Have you?
I have not. I have worked with one of my clients. She's a cancer patient. Thank God she's in remission, like knock on wood.
That's wonderful.
But and again, that strictly distance.
Yeah.
You know, and the first time I did a session on her, she actually posted it. She's like, I saw so many amazing things.
That's beautiful.
Because, you know, when you close your eyes and there's energy running through your body, sometimes you get incredible clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, that's great.
I mean, sometimes you
That's
don't.
what you want. Right.
You know, everything's individual.
Right.
I think the difference between different kinds of energy work is, you know, whether you're open or not. Like with Reiki, I think people need to be open, but with other kind of energy work, they just want to be healed.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not
That's
a healer.
true.
I'm not a healer.
Okay.
You know who the healer is? The person who's being healed.
Yeah, right.
I'm a conduit.
Right.
Right.
That is all. I'm a conduit. I'm a
Excuse me.
channel, whatever you want to call it. But if the person I'm working on is the person who wants to be healed.
Yes.
And you know what? If you really don't want to be healed, I don't care how much energy.
Right. Or if somebody
to you.
really doesn't believe in it.
Well,
Right.
interestingly enough, so I'm going to push back a little bit on that.
Well, go ahead. I'm gonna push back when you push back. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I think it depends.
Yeah.
Because energy work works on babies, animals, and people in comas.
Yeah.
Because they're not putting up resistance. So if somebody doesn't
Fair.
believe in it, but they want to be healed, they will be healed.
Yes, exactly.
That's right.
Yes, you're
So they're not putting up the resistance.
You're
Because
100% right.
Because
Yes.
that is an energy
Yes.
block. So
Yep.
while you're giving energy, they're blocking it with the resistance.
yes. Okay, so you and I were saying the same thing in a different way.
Yes.
Okay. Semantics.
Yes.
Potato, potato.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Again, that person who's putting up resistance maybe doesn't want to be healed.
Yeah.
Right, and sometimes it's not even conscious, right? I
Right.
mean,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
just blocking it from whatever soul thing, a past life, anything,
Right,
right?
right.
I mean,
Or-
so many things.
Right.
Deeper clearing.
Deep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or that's the only way I get attention is because I'm
That's correct. I'm connected to
Right.
this thing because
Yep.
that's my story.
right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. A lot of it is that's my story. That's my story. This happened to me when I was a kid. That's my story.
Right.
I can't
Yeah.
change it. I can't change the way my parents. I can't change the way my parents treated me. I can't change this story. I can't change that
Wow.
story. Well, you know, I'm not asking to change the story. I'm asking to be open-minded and like, you know,
Right.
heal.
Receive healing.
Right.
Right.
Or actually,
Or clear,
depending
forgive,
how
whatever it is. Yeah.
or depending how open you are and you believe, you can go back and change your story.
Yes.
Yes.
Right? Because again, energy doesn't know time or space. Go
That's
back
right.
and change your story.
That's right.
Go back and
Right.
change the ending.
That's actually good. Yeah.
Right. And to that, if you are willing to leave the past behind you and move forward, then all of your future is now, right? It's different.
Right.
And if it is a loop that we're on, then your past has changed. So
Yeah.
Right. That's where you're breaking the generational trauma if it's generational. And what's really interesting is what you bring from, you know, your last life into this life.
Mm-hmm.
Do you break things? Hopefully you will, or do you keep repeating?
Well, right. That's the big question, right?
so
That's a whole nother. Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
you want to get into
Yeah,
that
go
topic,
ahead,
but
do
I'll
it.
tell you where I am
Yeah.
on this. So we always think that our Akash, the records, but our own Akash is all the negative. But there is so much positive in all of these lifetimes that we've had. So in my practice recently, I put up a filter to only take the good things and the positive things from past lives into this one. And
You can actually
yeah.
do that. Yeah. I mean, if you read like the Akashic Records books
Yeah.
from what's his- Lee Carroll.
I don't know much about Akashic Records. All I
Yeah,
know is I would
so-
love to explore them.
They're very.
Yeah.
I mean, very interesting,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like it's a process. They're intense. Like sometimes you have to read through, but But there's this the whole book that she's talking about.
Yeah.
Where you can just pull. You just sort of.
You can
yeah.
mine the Akash and
You
pull
could.
forward.
That's what it's called. Mining the
Yeah,
Akash.
you can pull forward the positive. As we always think
Like-
about my past life, I was killed this way and I was stuck
Yeah.
in jail, and but you can choose to pull the good forward.
Like you had lives where you were, royalty, say, or you had a lot of money, or you had a lot of whatever you want, and you just ask for that to be brought into this lifetime.
I think that makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah,
it does make sense.
Just
Even
energy.
if you're an energy person.
It's just energy.
Yeah, it makes absolutely. I think that's
it's very cool. Yeah.
So I'm gonna, so basically, you can fix your fuck ups.
You can. You absolutely can. All right.
And if I had a glass of wine, I'd toast to that right now.
Coffee.
Right. But that's absolutely true.
So you're doing this now for the past few years, and I think you've found your space. Like, you've found your passion, and it's just oozing out of you.
Yeah, I love, well, there are a couple things, I love sharing this with people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think my sweet spot and where I have a lot of fun is sharing the power of energy to the skeptic.
Yeah, that's fun.
Beautiful.
Right? I once called myself, what is it? I'm a spiritual skeptic because I'm very spiritual, but I can't turn off that left side of my brain sometimes.
The lawyer one?
Yeah.
That's why I started telling you that I went to law school.
That's amazing.
And I'm a
That
lawyer.
is amazing.
Because it's, you have this left brain, show me. But when, and I still, every time I do energy work on somebody and one of my clients, and they tell me they had clarity, they saw energy, part of me like wants to cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Because it's proving that it works, even though they don't necessarily understand how or why. It doesn't matter. Like they'll figure it out. Yeah. They'll figure it out. I don't know what the radio waves look like. I know all this stuff works on like a subatomic level. They will find those waves someday, or if they haven't already, and I just don't know.
Amee, do you find a lot of the people that you work with, because you're doing virtual, are more apprehensive, or they are like, you're saying to somebody, I will work on you from a distance, and does it have to necessarily be someone who's already familiar with Reiki, so they're more open to trying it?
No, because the way I run my sessions, I do them on Zoom. I am
You're looking at them.
I am literally looking at them, and what I'll say to somebody is, I don't understand how this works. My explanation is, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, radio waves.
Yeah.
I can't see those waves, but it works.
Right.
And and oftentimes this is really interesting. I'm going to try.
Right.
And just, I think, and, we sit and we talk. Again, back to the people just tell me all the things, right? And it brings up the things that may be bothering them, where their blocks are. And I feel energy in my body. I don't really see things so much when I close my eyes. I don't really see images. Sometimes I will, but not really. But I feel things. And I tell people, because I'm not standing over them, usually where I am on their body, and the feedback I get is, I felt, tingling, cold, heat when you were at that part of my body, because I feel things in my hands.
Right.
Yeah.
And honestly, I also feel things in my body. Oh my gosh. Before I really learned how to ground myself, I was doing a session on somebody, the most amazing, sweetest person ever. But I didn't realize how much trauma there was in her body.
Boy.
When I got to her heart, I had to get up and walk around the room, because I swear I felt like I was like the squeezing, the crushing feeling in my chest was tough. And then when I moved on, it was gone.
That's good.
That's beautiful.
But it's, and that was what I said to her. I said, okay, talk to me. And the things she told me after that when we were done.
Oh boy.
Wow.
But she felt better getting it off her, pardon the pun, off her
Yeah,
chest.
that's great.
Right?
Yeah.
So so it works just as powerfully. I had another client tell me that the distance Reiki for her was more powerful than when she had it in person. I think part of it is the fact that you're in your own space.
Yeah.
Assuming that you're comfortable in your own space.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
You're
sure.
not always comfortable in your own space.
That's right. That's correct.
But if you're comfortable in your own space, then you can let down your guard.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not coming into my space, which I would have cleared, but it's still my energy there and my space.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's, and then you can just go on with your day or do whatever.
Right. Yeah, it definitely has benefits.
Yeah. I would say, for you busy,
Busy people. Yeah.
you busy
Yeah.
people, self-care is more than a manicure and a massage.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I take the travel out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean,
it.
I think some people like to go because they like that experience of,
Absolutely.
lying on the table and being worked on. But,
Right.
if you don't have the time,
Right. And we all have niches.
Mm-hmm.
I like a really busy person. Give me a busy person.
Right.
In and out, although they're supposed to be 45 minutes to an hour. Our first sessions are always much longer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Because you really want to get to know the person.
How many sessions do you usually do with someone? Is it dependent on?
It depends. I think once you do a session, sometimes they want it. Like I recommend just monthly, just for regular maintenance.
Okay.
Sometimes they'll do a session, then they'll follow it a week later in case something needs to come up.
Yeah.
But I think for general maintenance, I think once a month is
Yeah, I would
good.
think you'd have to do a couple to clear whatever you're
Right.
doing, and then.
Yeah, and
It
stuff
depends.
always does come up.
Yeah,
Stuff
sure.
always does
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it depends what they want.
Mm-hmm.
It really does depend on what they want.
So do you ask them what they want, or do you intuitively know kind of how many sessions a person needs once you start working on them, or you're done with the first session?
That first session is just a taste.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's like going to physical therapy. They'll diagnose the problem, but you really have to keep going.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, honestly, it depends. Oftentimes I'll say, "This is great. Would you like to, book your next one?" Sometimes yes. They'll say, "What do you recommend?" And I'll say, "You know
Yeah.
what? 3 weeks to." It depends on what happened. And
Right.
sometimes people are like, "You know what? This was an amazing experience,
me.
but I'm done.
Yeah.
This was good."
Right, and they're just okay.
Right, and then 3 months later, I need a session.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that.
Because stuff probably comes up right after.
Yeah.
Stuff comes up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look, the energy in this world right now is heavy.
Yes, absolutely.
So
To say the least.
right.
Right.
So I just want to lighten it up a little bit. Let me lighten the load.
Beautiful.
That's really nice. I think that.
And you're doing this full time.
Yes. Well, I do this, and I run a women's empowerment organization. I run a local group. I'm part of an amazing nutrition company called 3. They have really great nutrition products, and it's really I call myself a lifestyle mentor because
Beautiful.
I
Yeah,
just want
That's cool.
to help people just
Have a better life.
have their best lives,
A better experience.
have better
Yeah,
experiences.
that's great.
You
I
know,
love it.
Right.
more of a mentor than a coach because I think a mentor is a little less judgy. I know coaches don't judge, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I get
Just let me hold space for you. Let me hold space for you.
Yeah. I
Right,
like that.
right.
better.
How can I help you? Let me hold space for you. These are some things that I recommend, but I'm not necessarily going to give you, the 20 things.
Right. Have this for lunch. Have this for breakfast. Yeah. I got it.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. I like that. I like that a
Yeah,
lot.
I like
actually.
that too.
I know, and oftentimes depends on the person. They're not going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Even they'll hire a coach.
Mm-hmm.
What's the compliance? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
No,
I
I, don't
think
know
also-
either. That
yeah.
would be interesting
Yeah.
to actually know that statistic. I wonder if anyone's ever.
Right. I mean,
know?
just like you can be an accountability partner.
Right.
Yeah,
that's
you
good.
just-
That's a good name.
I'm holding you accountable for the things that you tell me you're going to do.
Right. And that's great. That's so needed.
Right. And this is where my laundry comes in. The questions to ask.
Right.
And I've also had my own journey. Right?
No.
I come from unhealthy, obese parents.
Okay.
Really, you're tiny.
Yeah. Right.
I'm
And I mean that in the best way.
No, seriously.
You look amazing.
I'm
Yeah.
nutty, but I'm nutty. I still have body image issues,
Oh.
right? So you try, and this is where generational trauma.
Yes.
And you break the
The cycle. Yes.
So I don't know. How do we end up from energy to this?
Well, it's all energy. It still is, right?
But you're right.
Yeah.
You're
I mean, we have
right.
people that specifically do ancestral clearing.
That's where they work.
Someone
That's
excellent
where they
for
work.
that. If
That's interesting.
And that's all they do. And it's pretty cool.
It's why do our ancestors mess us up so much?
Who knows?
It's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
That's a
we can
whole other
have,
conversation.
That's a good topic to
That's
just
a
say
real-
it
I'm
like
gonna
that.
say very often
And-
we are our ancestors, so
Right.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
get into that, but
Right, that's true
whole
too.
other conversation.
Right.
I'm nothing like my parents
Hmm.
when it comes to certain things.
That's awesome. So you
Well,
broke a lot of those things.
I
then.
broke.
That's good.
I tried really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Because then it doesn't get carried up, you know.
Right. Well, then you hope your children are going to actually listen to you.
So
Right. But if
you have children.
Yeah. Two.
And okay.
25 and 28.
Okay. And how do they feel about Reiki? Are they open to it?
Oh my God, they roll their eyes.
of course they do. They all do, don't they?
Neither
I
one of them
mean,
will let me
wow.
work on them. I mean, my son's a civil engineer, so like
Oh.
he's got that
Yeah,
linear
yeah.
thinking. You know, oh well, my daughter I think is open to it, but she won't let me.
Mhm.
But I've been whispering in her ear for years.
Right.
And, you
Sure.
know, like little things
Mhm.
such as like prime example how people, you know, I have yet to meet my guides.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes,
Okay.
I've yet to meet my guides, but I was having coffee with a friend. So a couple of years ago, my daughter was in North Carolina on her internship, and she called me. She's like, I'm okay. You don't like those conversations. So she goes, but you know, I went into the guardrail driving.
Oh, crap.
I'm like, okay. She's like, this is what happened. I was driving home on a windy road because she was in Brevard, North Carolina, in the mountains, and it's raining. 2-lane highway.
Oh gosh.
Big, huge, black pickup truck coming towards her, crossing into her lane.
Yeah.
You know what? I would do the same thing.
Yeah, right.
Right?
What are you going to
But I had this conversation with someone I knew who was a medium. I said, tell whoever thanked her, you know, literally shoved her over, thank you. And she's like, she's standing behind you and she's describing her.
Oh.
So apparently my daughter is surrounded by very strong female guides.
Oh, nice.
And I tell her that all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So for all I know, she
Yeah, who knows?
Yes.
All right.
she'll get there.
She'll
Yeah,
get there.
they
She'll
do.
get there.
Right.
Sometimes they're there, then they leave there,
Right.
then
Oh yeah.
they go
Mine
back.
was
I
there,
mean,
and then
yeah.
he left, and all the
Yeah,
way
that's what
through
they
was
do.
maintained that my mother's crazy.
Yeah.
In the best
Right,
way,
they
but
love
my mother's
saying
crazy.
that.
Yeah.
My mom's nuts.
All your crazy
Okay.
people you work with. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But you know what? Crazy finds crazy.
That's right.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm good at
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
right.
Like I'm good with that. You know,
Yeah,
if your
right.
crazy lines with my crazy, like we're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
True, absolutely. So, any other tips you want to leave us with, or anything else you want to
Yes. You know
let
what?
people know?
Your body
Okay.
knows the answer before your brain catches up.
Okay. Oh, I
Love
love
it.
that. Yes.
Love
Always, literally always. Like follow your intuition. You get that feeling in your gut, in your head. Listen to it. I mean, your listeners know this, but
But we forget.
But
I mean,
sometimes
we
we
know it,
forget.
and we got to.
Yeah.
And you're busy with life, and then you go, "Oh yeah, why didn't I?" Duh.
right. Like you walk into that room and you're like, I don't know if I want to stay here.
Yeah.
Like listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's something people can be can't
That's
be
what I'm saying.
reminded of
Right.
Yeah.
Reminded.
Because,
And
yeah.
we all forget.
we all forget, or we ignore it, or we
That's
just
what I'm saying,
and we
yeah.
know it. So
And of course we
Say
know
it,
it.
yeah.
But then, I mean, that's what's so aggravating about it is
Right.
after you go, oh my gosh.
It's like I knew this, but
Right.
you know,
But you're
so,
going 1,000 miles an
right. There's so many thoughts going through our brain every single day.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
and so many of them are negative. So you walk in, you're like, that's not right.
Yeah.
Right? You doubt your body telling you
Yes.
what's going on because everything is so negative.
Right. So you really want to be in touch with that as much.
Right.
Yeah.
Listen to your body. It's not going to lie to you.
Thanks
love
for
that,
reminding us.
And I love the spiritual hygiene.
Yeah,
Love
that's
it,
great. That's
love it.
great.
Spiritual hygiene, get rid of the hitchhikers.
Yeah.
The energetic,
Fantastic.
energetic hitchhikers.
That
Yes.
was
Well,
awesome.
thank you for sharing that with us.
Oh,
that
you're
was
welcome.
really cool. And thanks for being on with us today.
Oh, thanks for inviting me. I'm so excited.
Of course. Yeah.
Keep up the great work,
No,
Amy,
yeah.
and we look forward to seeing you again and hearing about
Yeah.
your adventures.
Thank you.
All right. Take care then. And we'll see everybody next time.